Yeah, you, the person that clicked on this video, and you definitely clicked on it because you might be tired. Tired of running after things that feel like they're just out of your reach. Tired of wondering, what am I doing wrong? Let me start by saying it's not your fault, but it is something that you can change. Here's the hard truth. The reason you don't have what you want isn't because you're not trying hard enough, or it's not that you're not good enough, or because the world is against you. It's because you're chasing, and when you're chasing, that is the quickest way to push anything you want further away from you. I know it might sound harsh, but I've been there, okay? I used to chase everything. I chased people that didn't value me. I chased success. I worked so hard. You know, I worked harder, longer. I sacrificed everything, thinking I'd finally feel more fulfilled, but I didn't. And I was so exhausted. I was exhausted and I felt stuck. And deep down, I knew something had to change. I had to sit down and ask myself some hard questions. Why am I chasing? What am I so afraid of losing? And the answer hit me like a ton of bricks. I was chasing because I didn't believe I was enough as I am. I didn't trust myself, God, or the universe to deliver what I wanted. And I then realized that the problem wasn't out there. It was in here. It started with me. In this video, I want to share with you guys what I have learned, because the day I stopped chasing and finally aligned my energy is when everything in my life started rewarding me. And let's get this out the way. This video is not about vague affirmations or wishful thinking, okay? It's about real practical shifts you can take. And hopefully by the end of this video, you can stop running around in circles and finally start attracting the life that you deserve. So grab a notebook, my angels, get a drink, get comfortable, and let's get real about what's holding you back and how to unlock your magnetic energy. Hello, my beautiful angels, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Hannah, and I make lots of self-development YouTube videos like this. And before we get into the video, I want to give a huge thank you to Firmoo. So if you haven't noticed, I've been swapping out glasses throughout this entire video. I have these two amazing frames here, and they're both blue light glasses. So obviously, if you see the reflection, they don't reflect like normal glasses. But Firmoo on their website has a range of products from sunglasses to prescription glasses. They also have blue light glasses, and they've also recently released a magnetic line, which is so cool. And I'm not joking, you guys, when I say Firmoo has hundreds, if not thousands of glasses to choose from, guys. They have so many frames. I struggled just to find these pairs. Like, I really could not choose. I went for two very different styles and I love them so much. I feel like this one's very trendy with the bow, and guys, this is all metal work. The glasses literally go with any outfit. I love to wear this on a more casual outfit, or if I'm chilling at home writing my assignments or writing scripts. And these are more of my going out glasses, where I like to dress up a little bit, where I like to be a little bit fancy. And compared to so many other glasses on the market, Firmoo glasses are so affordable. In the description, I'll leave a little link for you guys to click on, and I'll also leave the codes for these two glasses. And also, no pressure, guys, but if you would like to use my code, you're more than welcome to. So once again, Firmoo, thank you so much for sending over the glasses, and without further ado, let's get into the video. As usual, my gorgeous angels, I have split the video into sections and chapters along the bottom, so feel free to skip to whatever you think applies to you. Section 1, understanding why you're chasing. Guys, also I wanted to show you the nails I did myself. Oh my god, aren't they gorgeous? Now that we've set the stage, let's talk about something real. Why do we chase? Why do we find ourselves running after people, opportunities, goals, even when it's feeling exhausting or we feel hopeless? And this behavior isn't random. It's deep rooted in our psychology, in our fears, even in our childhood stories that we used to tell ourselves when we were like little babies. Come on, what does chasing look like in your life? Chasing can show up in so many ways. For example, you're always the person that's texting in the relationship, whether you're sending double text, triple text, or the first person messaging, and then you start to feel anxious when that person isn't giving you an instant response. You overwork yourself at your job because you feel like it's the only way for you to start to get recognized. Or maybe you're constantly seeking validation from other people online by constantly posting yourself. Posting online, hoping for likes, comments, shares, or going out of your way to seem like you're an agreeable kind of person that has no wrong opinions. And do any of those things sound like you guys? And chasing doesn't always feel like a conscious decision. I mean, it's not like we're waking up in the morning and being like, you know what? I kind of want to make myself feel exhausted and hopeless today. It's often a reaction to something deeper, something that's deep rooted in us, in you. Point 2 is the role of the scarcity mindset. At the core of chasing is something that's called the scarcity mindset. This is the belief that there isn't enough to go around. There's not enough love, success, money, or opportunities. And normally we will try and cling on to what's in front of us, hoping that we don't lose it. And typically we'll cling on to what's directly in front of us, because if we don't, we are so scared that we are going to lose that. Psychologist Dr. Carol Dweck actually talks about this in her work. A scarcity mindset keeps us trapped in fear. We're always so focused on what we lack instead of what we actually have. And when you are chasing, you're telling the universe and yourself, I don't believe there is enough for me, so I'm gonna fight for it. But here's the truth, fighting for what's meant for you is not necessary, because let me tell you, my angel, what is meant for you will come to you, okay? And if it doesn't, it's not meant for you. Let's think about relationships, for example. When you chase someone's attention, you're saying to them and to yourself, I don't believe I'm enough, so I need your validation. I need you to tell me that I'm worth something. And that energy, okay, that whole energy isn't just heavy for you. You have to understand that this also has implications on other people. That other person is gonna feel that heavy energy too. And it pushes them away. Why are they gonna wanna hang out with you when you are acting like that? When you are acting so desperate and needy? Even dogs don't act that desperate and needy, you guys. Point 3 is the fear of loss and control illusion. Another major driver of chasing is the fear of loss, let me tell you. We are so terrified of losing an opportunity, a person, a dream. And so we hold on so tightly to anything we can grab just so we think we can control the outcome, but we can't. And let me tell you, okay, and this might sound crazy, you might think literally what you just said makes no sense, but just think about it, okay? The tighter you hold on to things, the more likely it's gonna slip away, because control is an illusion. I'll never, ever forget this one friendship I had, okay? I was constantly trying to fix it, okay? I'm not even joking you. I was over-analyzing every conversation. I was trying to plan every meetup. I was always texting them anything I could. If I saw a video, it wasn't even funny. If I saw something, I would send it to them. And deep down, I knew that that person wasn't as invested into this friendship as I was. And instead of just stepping back and taking the hint, I chased harder. Do you know how bad that made me look? And in turn, I burnt out. I worked so hard, and you know what I got in return? And not only was it embarrassing, they ended up leaving. My friend just walked out of my life. My friend just walked out of my life. And that experience actually taught me that chasing doesn't actually keep people close, okay? It doesn't keep things close. It just drives them away. Point 4 is the emotional cost of chasing. Draining isn't just exhausting, okay? It drains your emotional energy too. Every time you overtake someone that doesn't value you, or you overwork at a job that doesn't appreciate you, or you're seeking validation from people that just won't give it, you are chipping away at your own peace, and let me tell you, it's never worth it. Think about the time you chase something, and that could be a job, friendship, or even this notion of what you needed or what you thought you needed to be. Now think about how it made you feel, okay? Did it empower you? Or did it just make you feel smaller? Did it make you feel unheard, unseen? Or did it even make you feel desperate? Well, you know, I'm here with the good news. Good news is that you don't have to stay in that cycle. Awareness is the first step to change. Point 5, I'm gonna give you a scenario that happened, okay? Let me paint a picture for you. Imagine texting someone. I mean, I guess you don't really have to imagine. I feel like a lot of people have been in this situation, but imagine texting someone 2, maybe 3 times in a row because you are that desperate for their attention, and each minute that goes by whilst you're waiting for their response feels like an eternity. And you keep checking your phone for that little notification, and every time you check, that's it. You feel like you're gonna go into a spiral, and then you start overthinking. You're wondering, oh, did I say the right thing? Wondering if you did something wrong. Wondering if, you know, they don't actually care. Or at the end, if you're not good enough. And like I said, I've been there, okay? I've chased. And in the end, it wasn't about the other person not valuing me. It was about me not valuing me. It was about me not valuing myself enough to stop chasing. Point 6 is why we chase and the psychological roots. Chasing typically comes from patterns we have learned in our early life. Psychologists talk about something called the attachment theory, which explains how our early relationships shape the way we seek connection. If you grew up feeling like love or validation was something to be earned, maybe through pleasing others, validation, maybe that was through achievement or obedience, or, you know, pleasing others, you are then more likely to chase as an adult. And you know what? I'm very open. I have talked about this before in my videos. When I was younger, used to seek academic validation. I was so obsessed on being validated just purely for my academic skills. But here's the thing, we are not that child anymore. You do not have to chase love, success, or validation. And the best part is you can unlearn those patterns and rewrite your story. Section 2 is the energy you're putting out. Number 1 is the concept of energy alignment. Imagine yourself as a tuning fork. The frequency that you vibrate at determines the opportunities that you bring into your life and the people. And that is the essence of energy alignment. When your thoughts, emotions, beliefs are in harmony with your desires, you become a magnet for those very things. Abraham Hicks actually outlines the 5-step process to achieve this alignment. Step 1, you ask. Every desire you have is a request to the universe. Whether it is for love, success, or personal growth, it's a request. And this step happens naturally as life goes on and through your life experiences. Step 2, the universe answers. Once you've asked, the universe immediately responds on a vibrational level, aligning the necessary components to fulfill that desire. Step 3 is align with the vibration of your desire. Now your role is to match the frequency of your desire. And you can do this by cultivating positive emotions and thoughts, which allows the manifestation to come to you. Step 4 is to maintain alignment consistently. This involves constantly focusing on the positives in life and practicing gratitude to keep your vibration high. And you can do this by keeping a gratitude journal or something by your bed and write 3 things you're grateful for every morning and evening. Step 5 is to appreciate the contrast. You need to appreciate the negative experiences in life, and you need to view them as opportunities for growth and redirection towards more positive outcomes. A lot of people have followed these steps, and they do say that once you actually, follow these steps, everything will come to you. And you end up facilitating your manifestation into your reality. I mean, there's been so much research, so much study, so many people themselves have said it worked. And, I can vouch for that for myself because I am currently doing a master's in law, which I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go and study law. And the fact that I'm here, it's like being one of my biggest dreams. It's crazy. Number 2, why desperation repels and confidence attracts. Desperation emits a low frequency vibration, which signals lack and fear. And when we operate from this state, we inadvertently push things away that we desire. On the other hand, confidence, it exudes abundance and trust, which, is a positive experience. In turn, allowing things to come to us. Number 3 is recognizing how your inner dialogue affects what you attract. So our inner dialogue, that constant stream of thoughts, the voice in your head, it actually plays a crucial role in our reality. And if you continually tell yourself that I'm no good for this or I don't deserve this, then you're setting up barriers to stop any success or anything coming into your life. Here's a simple practice, okay, for you guys, very easy for you guys to do. Like I said, have a gratitude journal, but in the gratitude journal, write down your goals for the day and write down an affirmation. It could be 1, it could be 2, it could be 3, however many you want. And through affirmations such as I am worthy of love and success can reprogram your mind. Why do you think so many people partake in it? And it helps align your energy with your aspirations. What is going on here, you guys? You see this? I think I wet my hair by accident and it's gone back to like having a little Clark Kent moment. Number 4 is holding sand in your hand. Imagine holding sand in your hand. The tighter you hold it, the more it slips away. And this represents energy. And like I said before earlier on in the video, the tighter you hold onto something, the more likely it's going to slip away, isn't it? Now, if you hold your hand open, the sand remains. It feels safe, okay? It stays with you. This is the same. The sand here, this analogy here, is the same with energy, okay? This is energy. When you're keeping it open, you're attracting energy and you're allowing things to flow naturally without any force. When we let go of the need to control every outcome that we have, we are able then to create space for abundance to enter our lives. 5 is practical steps to align your energy. Aligning your energy with your desires requires intentional practices. That can include mindful meditation, journaling, engaging in activities that give you that sort of high energy feel. And remember, the universe responds to the energy you emit. Section 3 is shifting into self-worth. Now that we've explored why we chase and how our energy shapes our reality, let's talk about the most important shift you can make, which is cultivating self-worth. Because here's the truth, no matter how perfectly you align your energy or your intention, if you don't believe that you're worthy enough, you're gonna end up blocking anything that comes your way. Self-worth is the foundation of everything you attract. It's that invisible filter that goes with us throughout life, through opportunities, relationships, experiences, work. And when you believe you are deserving, you open that door to abundance. And when you start to doubt yourself, that door, it's firmly shut, okay? It's not going anywhere. It's not opening even just for a crack. Number 1 is, what is self-worth and why does it matter? Self-worth is that internal sense of value. It's that belief that you are inherently deserving of love, respect, and success just because you exist. And the beautiful thing is, it's not tied to your achievements or how people perceive you. It's something that comes from within. And here's the thing, most of us have been conditioned to believe that, our worth is something that we earn. As we're growing up, we hear phrases such as, you'll be more successful if you work harder. But true self-worth isn't actually conditional. It doesn't depend on external validation. It's about knowing that you are enough exactly as you are. Think of a diamond, okay? A diamond does not lose its value just because it's covered in dirt. Its worth is inherent, okay? And the same applies to you. And it remains the same no matter what challenges or experiences you have faced. 2 is the connection between self-worth and attraction. The universe doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you believe you deserve. So if you're asking for love, but deep down in your head, you're thinking, I'm unlovable. That belief on its own is gonna override your intention. If you're asking for abundance, but in your head, you're feeling like, I'm not good with money, that energy is gonna block whatever you're trying to manifest. So ask yourself, what areas of my life, reflect a lack of self-worth? Is it how you talk to yourself, or your relationships, or your career? And just write it down and let's start shifting on those beliefs. 3 is signs that you might be struggling with self-worth. A lot of people might think, this is obvious. Obviously, I would know if I have no self-worth. But so many people struggle because they don't even know if they lack self-worth. So here's a few things. You seek validation from others. You struggle to say no when you feel overwhelmed. You avoid opportunities, or you feel like you need to prove your value. 4 is practical ways that you can cultivate self-worth. The good news about this is that self-worth isn't something that we were born with or without. It's something that you build. So number 1 is to reframe your inner dialogue. We've just touched this, we've just talked about it. You need to start paying attention to how you are talking to yourself. And why are you talking to yourself that way? Why do you not have any belief in yourself, Every time you give yourself a negative thought, you need to be able to catch yourself in that act and swap it around. Make it into something positive. Over time, this is going to rewire your brain. Number 2 is celebrate your wins. Most of us are quick to dismiss our achievements. But by celebrating even the tiny little achievement that you've done at the end of the day, is a huge thing, okay? So at the end of each day, write down a couple of things that you did that you're proud of yourself with. And that could be something simple like cooking yourself a meal. Number 3 is set boundaries. I've talked about this before. Boundaries are very, very important. And I'm not gonna go into depth about boundaries. But saying no is one of the most powerful acts of self-worth that you can do. And so the next time someone asks you to do something and you don't wanna do it, say no. It doesn't even have to be as abrupt as that, but it could be like, oh my god, I'd love to, but I'm busy. It's okay to be busy. Everyone has their own lives. 5 is, why are boundaries essential to self-worth? Like I said, have talked about boundaries so much. I think it's such an important topic. So I can definitely go into more depth in those videos. So if you do want more depth, definitely go and check out those videos. So I'm just gonna briefly touch on it in here. Basically, if you don't set boundaries, obviously it's a display to everyone around you and to yourself. You don't respect yourself. You have no self-worth for yourself, okay? But when you start making those boundaries, you're saying to yourself, and that's the most important person here, you're saying to yourself, I value myself enough to protect my energy, and that is magnetic, and the universe will recognize that. Number 6 is self-worth as a lifelong practice. Like I always say, with anything to do with self-development, it's not a destination, it's a journey. And so is self-worth, okay? You need to be ensuring that, you know, this isn't just carried over a short period of time. You actually carried this out throughout your life. It's a part of you. And, you know, there are going to be days where you doubt yourself and old patterns start to come back into your life, and that's normal. Okay, if that didn't happen, I'd be a little bit worried. And the goal, you know, isn't to be perfect. We're humans. We're not perfect. In the end, it's to keep coming back to yourself over and over again. Section 4 is detachment and letting go of control. And I'm not going to get too deep into this section just because I have also done a video on detachment which explains everything so thoroughly. But for the sake of this video, I am going to briefly touch on something. So a lot of people tend to think that detachment means that you just stop caring. So let me clear something up. Okay, detachment doesn't mean that you stop caring or giving up on your desires. It's about letting go of the need to control every detail, person, outcome, whatever. You just stop controlling. Instead, it's about releasing resistance so that everything, any opportunities, any desires can flow into your life naturally. So like I have mentioned before about, you know, the sand analogy, you know, the tighter you hold onto things, the more likely it's gonna go. The same happens with detachment. The more you try to control an outcome, the less control you actually have. Why, you may ask, is because control comes from fear, and that fear creates resistance. You know, detachment is typically rooted in trust. You know, you hear that phrase, trust the process, and that is because trust transforms obstacles into redirection. Have you ever noticed that when you stop obsessing over something, it just tends to work out on its own? That is trust. Okay, that's because the energy is allowed to move freely. I want to give you like 3 little practical tips to help you. Number 1, focus on present movements. Bring your attention back to now, back to the present. And that's why I say journaling is so important, because it allows you to live right now in this moment, in this time, with this energy. Number 2 is to redirect your energy. So like I mentioned previously in the video, when you catch yourself spiraling, when you feel like, you know, you can't contain yourself, shift your focus onto something that uplifts you. And that could be anything. That could be even like a hobby or something, but shift that focus. Number 3, trust the bigger picture. You have to remind yourself that, you know, you yourself, okay, no one else is going to do it for you. You're going to have to remind yourself that detours are often part of a greater, bigger plan that is set. Because as a reminder, the universe sees the whole picture. You don't. So essentially, detachment isn't about giving up. It's about creating a space that's meant for you whilst also trusting the process, trusting yourself, trusting the universe, and letting go of the need to control things. Section 5 is embodying magnetic energy. Now this is the step where everything starts to kind of click into place. It's not about what you think or what you say, it's about who you are. And the energy you embody on a daily basis determines the quality of your life. So if you want to attract love, success, abundance, you have to live and be that person that already has those things. Okay? You know the term fake it till you make it? It applies here. So step 1, acting as if, becoming the version of you that already has it. I think that this is such a powerful mindset shift. I think it's very overlooked a lot of the time, but it's very powerful. You know, you're acting as if you already have those things. And you're probably still questioning, what does that mean? What does it mean? It means stepping into the version of yourself that already has those things. Imagine you've already achieved your goals. How would you act? How would you carry yourself? Like, what choices would you make? And it's not about pretending or faking it, okay? It's about aligning your thoughts, your actions, your energy into the ultimate thing that you desire. Because when you act as if, then you are sending a clear message out to the universe that you are ready. And when you are ready, the universe responds. So for example, if you are trying to manifest financial abundance, okay, the acting as if version of yourself wouldn't constantly say, I can't afford this. Instead, you would prioritize your spending with confidence. You know, it's not about, you know, reckless spending, okay? I think so many people think, okay, if I'm acting as if, I'm gonna spend my money as if I already have it. That's not how you do it. It's about shifting your mindset from lack to empowerment. Number 2 is aligning your actions with your goals. Your actions must align with your desires. You cannot tell me that you want abundance and then continue to speak in a language of lack. And you can't want love if you are constantly putting yourself down, because the energy of your actions and words need to match your energy of your desires. And this isn't about big changes, because I say this in every video, okay? It's not about big changes. You don't have to make a huge drastic change in your life. It's about the small incremental habits that you include into your day. So if you are starting to journal, here's a great journal prompt for you. If I were living my dream life, what would my habits be? What would my routines be? And what do my choices look like? And write it down. What would they look like? Number 3, why self-care is non-negotiable. Okay, I love self-care. I'm a huge advocate for it. And I also think that because it's very overlooked, or it's, very over-romanticized. I think so many people put videos out there of them having like the most gorgeous bubble baths ever with rose petals in there, and it's not necessarily, it doesn't have to be that. But self-care is typically an aspect of so many people that have magnetic energy. Magnetic people glow, okay? I don't know if you've ever noticed this. When you look at a magnetic person, they are glowing, but that's because they're putting energy into themselves first. And that is because they know that they cannot give anyone else their time. They cannot give anything to anyone else unless they give themselves their time. And like I said, self-care is not just about those fancy bubble baths that you see. It's about nurturing your mind, your body, your soul. It's about moving your body, setting boundaries, eating nourishing food, and protecting your peace. And when you start to radiate that energy, you become irresistible. So ask yourself, what is one thing that you can do today after you finish this video? What is one thing that you can do that you can prioritize yourself with? And it could be something simple. It could be like a 10-minute walk, or it could be, drinking a glass of water, or saying no to an event that's going to drain you. It's going to drain you. Just say no. Like I said, it doesn't have to be humongous, okay? It's a small thing. But it's a small thing that you can do now. Step 4, visualization exercise. You're stepping into your magnetic self. So I'm going to guide you through a quick visualization exercise. And this is quite powerful because it allows you to help connect with the most magnetic version of yourself, who has everything that you already desire. Take a deep breath and close your eyes. Imagine your dream life in vivid detail. Where are you? What are you wearing? How do you feel? Who are you with? What's the energy in the room like? Picture yourself moving throughout that day with, confidence, joy, and ease. Stay in that moment for as long as you can. And when you're ready, open your eyes. Quick question. How did that feel? Visualization is such a great mental exercise. It trains your mind and energy to align with your desires. And make this a daily practice, even for a few minutes, or even, I think a lot of us can relate to this, but we're trying to fall asleep and, we're visualizing things. We're visualizing, it might be your celebrity crush and you're like meeting them on the red carpet. I don't know. But whatever you're visualizing, change it so that you visualize your future self. Number 5 is journal exercise. I keep talking about journaling, so I'm not going to go into this in depth. But, in your journal, write this prompt. If I were living my dream life, what would it look like? Write about it in detail. Like, what time do I wake up? What do I eat? What are the kind of people I'm friends with? What's my daily routine? And when you have finished that prompt, look at it. Read back what you wrote and look for one small thing. It doesn't have to be big. Look for one small thing that you can start incorporating into your daily life. 6 is, why is energy contagious? Surrounding yourselves with the right vibes. Okay, so energy is contagious. I think that's kind of a general common knowledge, I hope. The people that you decide to surround yourself with have so much impact on your energy. And if you are constantly around negativity, it's harder to embody, joy and positivity. But when you're with positive people, their energy will uplift your energy. Very simple maths there. So just take a quick moment, evaluate who's in your inner circle. Are there people that challenge you to grow, people that inspire you, or even support your goals? And if not, it's time to reconsider that group. Section 6 is taking inspired action. There is a huge misconception about manifestation where you just sit there, think positive thoughts, and wait. Manifestation requires inspired action. Steps that feel aligned, exciting, but natural. And it's about moving with energy and not against it. But I feel like that's an obvious take. You can't just sit there and visualize your dream life and not do anything. But not all action is equal. Desperate action feels heavy and full. And like I said, it feels like it's being driven by fear and obligation. Inspired action instead feels natural. It feels energizing. It's when you take steps because you're inspired, not because you're afraid of standing still. Applying for 50 jobs will drain you, okay? But instead, critiquing your resume and refining it or reaching out to someone in that network feels focused, it feels productive, and there is a difference. And the universe will send you signs, like little nudges, to get you to that aligned action. And it could be a conversation, it could be a random idea. And I think a lot of people feel it through gut feeling. And these are opportunities to act. I mean, the key presence is trust and action. And the key is presence and trust. But it's important to note that inspired action is all about balance. You do take your steps, you do your part, but the universe, you have to trust the universe to also do its part too. For example, it's like rowing a boat. Would you row against the current? No, you row along with the current. And when you act with alignment, everything flows more easily. So, pay attention to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Start small, take little steps, tiny baby steps, and celebrate your progress. Section 7 is trusting the process. This is probably the challenging, but the most liberating step, and it's trusting the process. You have to trust that bridge between where you are right now and where you want to be. And it's important to know that trust starts within, okay? You need to know that you need to trust not only the universe, but yourself. It's to do with your resilience, your intuition, your ability to tackle whatever comes your way. And when you start to trust yourself, you stop second guessing every decision. And when you trust the universe, you stop questioning every detour. Think about it, okay? Like, actually sit there and think about how many times did things not work out for you, but it worked out in your favor. It was better. So I can list off so many things. A lot of things are private, but I can list off so many things that have happened that have worked in my favor. Trust is about carrying that hindsight wisdom, and you're carrying it into the present moment, even when things feel uncertain. I wasn't going to include this, but I was thinking about how many people might struggle with this. Timing to do with trusting the process is very important. We want things to happen now. It's just natural for us. We want things to happen now. Better yet, we want it to happen yesterday. But the truth is, the universe operates on its own timeline. And typically, the universe will do things in its own time, but it works out better for us. Sometimes, what you want isn't being delayed. Okay? It's being prepared for you. The pieces are being moved into place. The opportunities are being aligned, and you are being prepared for it. If you had gotten everything you wanted straight away, right there, right now, would you have been prepared for it? Answer that truthfully. Would you have actually been prepared for what was to come? So I think we talked about this earlier on, but one of the biggest challenges that you could do for yourself is reframing any challenges that come your way into redirection. Every no that you experience, and as someone told me this a while ago, but every no you experience makes room for a better yes to come in. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to redefine, to grow. I think so many people see, obstacles or anything that gets in the way of their life as a negative. But you can't view it as a negative. You really can't. You have to view it as an opportunity. It's been given to you. You're the luckiest girl in the world. You have been given that opportunity to grow. And, trusting the process does not happen overnight. It takes steps. It takes time. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple of tips and helps and steps. Number 1, surrender the how and when. Okay, instead of obsessing, how's it going to happen? When is it going to happen? You need to take a step back, trust the universe, trust that it knows what it's doing, and it has its own way of delivering what is meant for you. Number 2 is practice gratitude for the present moment. Gratitude has an amazing ability to shift your focus from the lack into abundance. What you should already be grateful for. Number 3, create a trust ritual. And you're like, what is that? It's about creating like a little moment in your day. It could be something like lighting a candle, sitting there with your thoughts and setting on the intention and meditating with a phrase. And the phrase could literally be, I trust the process. And I think it's important to note that when you start to trust the process, you step into the energy of faith and surrender. And this doesn't mean you stop caring or stop taking action. It means you stop gripping so tight. It means you let your energy flow. You stop resisting and you are going to start allowing what's meant to be. Listen, trusting the process takes courage. It is an act of courage. It's about believing that even when you can't see the full picture, the universe is always working in your favor. It's about knowing that delays aren't denials and setbacks aren't failures. They are stepping stones. Finally, the call to action. I feel like this has been a very long video. I mean, as of right now, the filming has taken 2 hours. So let's go through everything. So from this journey, I want you to take away that you don't need to chase. You never did need to chase. Everything that you desire, no matter what it is already aligned with you. But it's waiting for you to step into your energy and receive it. It's also important to remember that the universe isn't working against you, it works for you. It aligns the pieces, it clears your path, and it prepares you for the life you deserve. But the key is trust, trusting the process, trusting yourself, trusting that what is meant for you will find you. Listen, I know letting go can feel hard. I know that trusting can feel like a step in the dark. But here is what I've learned. The magic does not happen if you are holding on so tightly. It happens when you let go. When you finally surrender is when you are able to create space for abundance in your life. You already have everything you need inside of you. The answers, the strength, the worthiness. It's all already there. Thank you so much for watching, my angels. I know I've been talking and talking, but I hope you could have taken something away from this video. I mean, this is such a broad topic. It's such a huge thing. There's so much to take in, which, might explain why it's a bit long, but it's important. It's important if your goal in your self-development journey is to attain things that you desire. So if you did enjoy this video, normally they're not this long and normally I don't talk this much, but if you did enjoy this video, feel free to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Leave a little comment. Could be anything. Could be a little emoji. Leave a little comment. And hopefully I'll see you guys all in my next video. Just a quick reminder, I do post a YouTube short every single day and a video every week. But before I completely end this video, I do want to leave you guys with an affirmation. I am worthy of everything I desire. I trust the process and I allow the universe to guide me. And also a quick reminder to go into the description and click the link so you can check out the Firmoo glasses. And if you feel like a pair resonates with you, don't forget to use my code if you want to, no pressure. I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye bye everybody.